Alright, I got this thing running more power now. From the cylinder, I had to change the timing because I only wanted to fire as soon as the shaft reached the top, and that just wasn't enough. So I had to make something where the valve can close before it reached the top, but not get stuck to where it could rotate all the way back around. Because I was having a problem, the valve would close early, and then it would stop and then teeter-tot back and forth. So it just wasn't working because it wouldn't go in a circle. So I got more power out of it. I had to fix the tank, so I gave it a paint job because it was leaking. And now this one's starting to leak, so now I gotta fix that one too. Great. It's making power, not very much at all because it's not spinning nearly fast enough. But I got a pretty good concept. It could use more valves. I'm still slowly filling it. That's just extra water that's not being used by the hose for my man-made stream. That water up here is what it's pumping. It's not very much, but it's pumping water continuously. And you can see that the hose is not going into the pipe. It's just filling up the bucket. The pressure on the gauge reads about 3 psi. Yeah, about 3. I can close off the valve. Let the pressure start building back up. Get up there, raindrop. It will slowly go up. It stops my stream. Well, it's running. It's making power. I'll show you what I did here. I had to make it so that way it pushes right about at this point. Can't really see. Not all the way to the top, but just a little off. So it has that much further it has to go in order to get around. So it's on rubber bands right now. So it closes, right there, and then pushes it around, and comes back down, pushes the valve back down, and then it jumps again. So I got that to work. And it gave it a lot more power on the stroke, so that way I can run the motor. It's a much bigger motor. And bounced it off with a magnet. It's a microwave magnet. Yeah. Now I can make it run faster if I take the belts off. Let me take the belts off really quick. Stop. Belts off. Runs a lot smoother. And it runs a lot faster. Whoa. Yeah. Much more efficient on water. I believe when it runs like this, it uses a gallon every 36 seconds. So that's not too bad. That's pretty good. And it'll use 5 gallons in 3 minutes. So yeah, it's not too bad. I want more power though. So I gotta get more valves. Make this thing run stronger, even stronger, more power. Everybody likes more power. So, on that note, come on, focus, 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 focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus. It's at 5 psi now. There you go. Yeah. For bearings, I'm using rollerblade bearings. And then I took a blue wire nut, drilled a hole through it, put it on the shaft, and then shoved it into the bearing. That way it could make up, the difference in size from the rod to the bearing. And then these rods going up and down, those are just from a pop-up from your sink. When you plug up your sink, that's one of the rods up underneath your sink. A smaller rod, I just found that rod laying around. And yeah, pretty fun project. I'm gonna put these rubber bands back on. Stop. This one. Nope. Don't move. Now go. It runs slower, but it's making power though. And pumping water. It generates power and pumps water. And it'll do that for an off-grid house. So, and any water that it doesn't use pumps right back into the stream for your river. So that way no water is wasted from the river. And then you can run that hose up here into a reservoir next to your house in a tank that constantly fills 24/7. And then once your tank is full, you can have a flow off. That way it flows right back into the pond or a river. So that way you're not wasting that water either. And then once it's strong enough that I can get this thing up to at least 12 volts, which I'm way away from making 12 volts, but it was a good concept to where I could potentially make this thing make 12 volts. And it'll run 24/7. The more it rains, the better it works. So, yeah. It's my earth engine. Alright. Peace.